All right, everyone, this is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, welcoming you to another episode of the Real South Africa. This one is a very special one to us because we had the opportunities to go out to Harties. We've been there before, but we never had the opportunity to do what we did the last time. For example, we went out on a catamaran out there on the dam. It was awesome. So go through this whole video, watch it, of course, share, subscribe, like, make comments, do all the stuff that the algorithm likes so other people can find this video and say, wow, that's what I need in my life. So I would tell you right now, you're going to enjoy it. This is going to be a two-parter, so stand by for the second one as well. Hello, everyone. As you guys already know, my name is Mark Edward Blanton from the Real South Africa, owner and operator of this wonderful company that brings you to South Africa. And we do it in a manner in which you get an opportunity to view everything, see everything you need to see, either on a 6-day, 10-day, 13-day trip, or if you want to stay longer, we can arrange that for you as well. We do a lot of stuff. The best thing you could do is go to our YouTube channel if you're not already on it, and subscribe, because when you get there, you will see a lot of information. We put out information all the time, which could be important or which is important for you to travel to Africa. So if you always wanted to come here, if you wanted to bring that DNA back to South Africa or to Africa, this is the best way to do it. So we hope to hear from you soon. And if there's anything that you need, again, make sure you subscribe to our channel and also hit us up at info@therealsouthafrica.com. All right, everyone, we have arrived at Harties. This scene looks very familiar for those who have been there before, but if you haven't been there, you need to make this scene very familiar. We were fortunate enough to stay at the Sterling Manor. They were very hospitable, very good. The accommodations were great, so we all obviously recommend that that's a location that you stay when you come to this part of the world. Now, Harties is a tourist, how can I say, Mecca. There's so much you can do here. And so what we're going to try to do is just cover some of the things. But right now, the hotel itself is a destination within itself. The staff is awesome. The service is great. The food that we ate was top notch. So I would suggest that you do that. And of course, reach out to us, the Real South Africa. Hello, everyone. This is Mark Blanton, and this is Latasha Blanton.
Hello, everyone. It's us again.
Yeah, from the Real South Africa. We're on the move. We're out and about. We're in another little part of South Africa.
We're in the Northwest Province again. However,
the Northwest Province. That's just I don't know, east or south or north of Gauteng.
Northwest, no.
Of Gauteng, where Johannesburg is. So we just left the state, or in the U.S. terms, but right now we're in Northwest, and we are about to have a good time. We got invited to a location that we think you guys might want to visit. We've already went through it, but we're going to show you the entire location.
It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. The view is absolutely amazing. You guys are going to love it.
Yeah. It's going to be great. So like I said, stay with us. We totally appreciate you guys watching us and so forth, but we would love for you guys to subscribe to our channel. And of course, we would love for you also to share with everyone, because, our goal, I think now, is to, kind of let people know what's here in South Africa. We're going to tell the story and from a tourism perspective of what South Africa really is. And of course, you get an opportunity to follow us.
Yeah, to get to hang out, see kind of what everyday life can be like should you decide to, relocate, but more importantly, what you have the opportunity to do if you come as a tourist, because this place has so many things. We're still learning new places to travel to every day, like this one that we're here right now. So we're going to share that with you. And then hopefully, when you guys give us a call, we can easily make this one of your options. So if this is your first time watching our videos, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Always like, share, and subscribe. And we want to see you here in South Africa.
Yeah. But like I said, this little town, I'm going to say it wrong. I think it's the Afrikaner's name. but I'm gonna say it wrong. It's Hearty Sport. Help me.
So I would say I've heard them say it's Hearty B Sport, but they just say Hearties for short. So that's the best I can do.
Yeah, so just say Hearties. So when you call us and say, hey, there was this place you went to, just call it Hearties.
Not like the food place.
Yeah.
With the T on it.
Yeah. So, all right, stick with us. And like I said, we're going to take you through the whole place and you'll be able to see it for yourself. Then, of course, give us a buzz.
All right, guys.
And now the staff was very kind. They put us in one of the nicer rooms. It was a fancy room. It had everything. It was actually pretty big, so we absolutely enjoyed it. Got a chance to spread out and so forth. Now, in this same room, we had internet. We had, like I said, the bathroom was massive. I liked it because it had double showers, so you can go in one shower, but it had two different shower heads. The beds were absolutely comfortable. They have like a little mini bar inside the room. And of course, with those glass that you see, that's where you hang up all your clothes, hang up all your stuff. So it's almost like you're moving into a mini apartment. So at the end of the day, you felt like you were at home. Like I said, the internet was good. Of course, I'm gonna take you over to the bathroom so you can see exactly what that looks like. You definitely have this major size sunken tub and so forth. So of course, you put all your little toiletries up there. You get ready because later on that evening, you want to be out the room doing many things. Obviously, you could do things at the hotel because there are always many guests, especially on the weekend. But at the same time, you can get out into Hearties and enjoy some of the sights and sounds that's there. And of course, it's always about having fun. And at least that's what we do here at the Real South Africa. And if you've been following us, hey, tell everybody else. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel now so they can be happy as well. Now, as you can also see for this room, we have a balcony as well. And as you can look out into the area, you will see the dam, and you see all the mountains, and you see the dam. And one thing I think is pretty cool is that they have these tropical trees here as well. Now, a lot of us from the U.S., we only associate that with the Caribbean. Well, this is South Africa. The weather supports those types of vegetation. And so, yeah, this is South Africa. This is not the Caribbean. And then, of course, the pool's just below. Somebody's actually relaxing. I'll probably be out there later on because that's kind of what I do. And then, of course, we always have Dr. Latasha Blanton. She's always, doing her things, plotting and planning our next move, seeing where we're going to go and trying to figure out what we're going to do next. But she's really good at that. And the good part about it is that she's the same person who assists you in your plans when you come to South Africa. So we're always out looking at brand new places that we have never been before. So when we talk to you on the phone and you're not on the internet, you're finding that we have already been there. So if we say to you, hey, why don't you go to Hearties Beach Port, or Hearties, as we say here in South Africa. We're only saying it because we've already been there. We vetted it. We checked it. The staff is great. It looks good. We always want to know where we're going to lay our head, which is always, at least for us, the most important place or the most important thing. But look at the vegetation. It's nice. It's a good little getaway. Everything is here. I can't think of anything that you need. And if you do, you can need something else. Of course, the South Africans, they'll probably show up with a cooler box. We laugh about that, but it's serious. Cooler boxes are serious. And for you Americans, it's a situation where they like to bring their own liquor and bring all their own stuff, and they put it in a cooler, and they have it with them at all times, and a party could break out. So see somebody with a cooler box, just go over there and say hello, and next thing you know, you're imbibing, you're chilling, and then it's night. I don't know how that happens, but it just seems to happen that way. But we would like to know, what you think about these locations. We would like to know, your feelings about what we're showing you. And like I said, we go everywhere that we can to show you some top-notch locations that you can get away. So your comments are definitely appreciated. And of course, those who haven't signed up already to be a subscriber, you might as well go ahead and do it now. And if you haven't seen the old videos, go back and look at the old videos. Just immerse yourself in what we call the real South Africa. But again, we would really like to know what you think about this location called the Sterling Manor, and it's in Harties. Is there anything in particular that you would like to see from the real South Africa? We would love to bring it to you. So again, in the comments, just let us know. And for those that are outside the continent of Africa, this is what you're missing. This is what they tell you that is not available. It's available, and it's available in spades. There are probably more Europeans coming to South Africa, and people from the Far East, and people from even Russia that come here to enjoy themselves. And you know, they do it for a reason. They do it because of the weather. They do it a lot of time because of the food. Food is, like I said, you're going to always hear me talk about food. And then another reason why they come to South Africa is because it's affordable. It's very affordable. Another reason why they come is the service. You just can't beat the service. I've traveled pretty much everywhere in the world, and I will put my credentials up against anyone. And the service here is absolutely incredible. And then I think the last reason why people come is the people. The people are phenomenal. They really care about, you know, what they expose you to while you're here. So yes, you will hear about certain things, crime, things along that line. But trust me, it's nowhere near as bad as Washington, D.C. or New York, or even some of the mid-major towns like Dallas and Jacksonville, Florida. So again, you can come here and feel safe, and absolutely just be part of the group of people that are already here in South Africa. You would just blend right in, you know, just as long as you know how to, you know, drink a little bit of wine, because wine is something that is drunk a lot. I know in the States we drink more alcohol and beer. However, those things are available. But yeah, try the wines. South Africa has some of the best wines in the world. They have the longest wine route in the world. But we always hear about California because I think it's just proximity. But when you come to South Africa, you'll find some wines that you will not find in South Africa. In California. So this part right here, we're just kind of going through the manor, just kind of showing you what the rooms are like, because you know there's obviously different rooms and so forth. And then of course we love showing you the common areas, because you just might want to sit down and hang out with your friends in the common area and don't even leave the facilities themselves. And of course, if you decide to do that, they will make sure there's a wait staff waiting for you to make sure that if there's anything that you need, that is available. Even if it's, like for me, a nice drink and some chips, at least the minimum, you know. But yeah, this, you know, like I said, we truly do enjoy, you know, South Africa. We don't get the opportunity in the United States to be able to feel as free and do the things that we get to do here. And with that being said, I prefer to spend my tourism dollar here in South Africa, which will help a South African, which I would say are our people as well. And if you don't feel that way, come here on a tour, and then when you leave, I will ask you that question, and then you would look at me with the whale eye and say, "No, those are my people," and then you will agree with me. So another area that I really like, and I like everywhere I go, I'm always looking for a thing called a bar. Here they have a full service staff bar, so if there's anything you need, they do have here. And anytime you go sit in one of those chairs, a bartender shows up, and his job is to make sure that you have a good experience when it comes to drinks. And then what I like about it as well is the simple fact that they always like to recommend drinks, and you're like, well, I never had that. For example, I know in the U.S. we don't drink a lot of gin. In South Africa, gin is like one of the primary drinks that people drink here. But the way they do it is a whole lot different. It's not just gin, and it's not just juice. It's gin, and they have tonics, and then they put fruit in there, and then they might even put vegetables in there. They put all this stuff in, and you got this big old chalice full of gin and juice. And as you start drinking it, you start saying, as we say here in South Africa, is it nice? Yes, it's nice. So again, we would love to, know what your thoughts are. We do go through, some challenges to put these videos together because we want you to have an experience, but you can't really have the full experience unless you come to South Africa as a tourist. And that's why we do have a company called The Real South Africa. Once you contact us via many channels, we can put together your tour here in South Africa. You can come by yourself. We have people that come all the time by themselves. And they're like, wow, I was going to have 5 people come with me. They all backed out, but I'm coming anyway. And then they're like, wow, I can't believe I had this much fun. And in some cases, they're like, those people would have just slowed me down. So I think it just works out. Then of course, we've had larger groups. We're having groups of 20, 30, 40, 50 people come here to South Africa, and we can definitely arrange for that as well, and so forth. So just trust us as the professionals on the ground to make sure that your time here in South Africa is premium. I will also tell you, if it's your first time coming to the continent, you're going to be amazed simply because. But if this is your second time, you will be amazed simply because there's just too much to do. This is not a resort where you fly in, you get bused to the resort. You can walk around the whole resort in 20 minutes. You stay 7 days, and at some point you're trying to leave. I will tell you, here in South Africa, you're going to want to stay. If you came for 6 days, you're going to want to stay 10. If you come for 10 days, you're going to want to stay 14 days. And like I said, we've had people on a tourist visa because South Africa is so kind that they give you a free tourist visa where you can go anywhere you want to go. If you decide that you want to stay up to 90 days, you can stay up to 90 days in South Africa. We've had those that came here and have stayed up to 90 days, and we took care of their arrangements. We made sure the transportation was on point for them. We didn't have to worry about a thing. So just think about that as you are looking at trying to come to South Africa with The Real South Africa. All right, everyone. We actually went through the entire place, and of course, you've seen it. What do you think? What do you think, Tasha?
I think it's beautifully cozy and definitely a place that you should consider if you want to get outside the city. It's really close by. Yeah. And the views are just amazing. Like they make you feel good. Yeah, we actually drove roughly. We left Johannesburg. I think it took us about 50 minutes to get here. It could have been a little less, but we were taking our time looking at the sites, obviously the mountains, and so forth. So it was absolutely incredible. So we took our time, but it's not far. So we went through the entire location. As you see, every room has like their little jacuzzi tub, very comfortable. Absolutely. Obviously, different price points because some rooms are bigger than others. Yeah. Right now, like I said, we're outside. We're outside. Obviously, you can see the pool behind us. And everything. So it's a very green space. Very green space. And I like this part because this is an extension of like the dining area. Yeah. So if you want to have breakfast or dinner out here, sunrise, sunset, like this area is right here. This view, which you guys will get to see in just a bit if you haven't already seen it, is just enough to make you want to relax and just take it all in. So another one of the reasons why we love this country. Yeah. So this is what we call the real South Africa. There's a lot going on in this country, but they don't really, I would say, cover the tourism space and get it to you where you are, so you can see what's actually available here and how you can relax. It's important in our minds that you need that. You work hard, you play hard, you do all these different things. Why can't you relax hard? Yeah, so you should be able to do these types of things, and of course we bring it to you. So it's, again, you all know that we do stuff for those in the diaspora. Yeah. However, and not saying as a side note, but I'm talking about as like the front note, is that you guys that are in South Africa as an expat, or if you're here as a proper South African, you could travel here. It's not too far. It's not. Yeah, but you can't travel somewhere you don't know about. And so and that's what we're doing. We're bringing it to you first class style.
the way we do it. This is a little insight to who we are as well, and what we do. We're actually a little zany from time to time, but we
we try to behave most days, but most of the time, like we're just enjoying ourselves, having a good time, picking at each other, doing what regular married people do, I guess.
But the weather's going to be great for the next several days. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be like 22 Celsius. 23 Celsius. I'm giving myself a little wiggle room.
Yeah.
And then I think
80, 82.
82 in Fahrenheit for you fans of Fahrenheit.
And this is the fall, by the way.
Yeah. So it's pretty nice. So again, stay with us. We're going to be doing several different videos.
Throughout the weekend.
Yeah, throughout the weekend.
For a couple days. So.
Of course. And then, of course, all the videos that we've already done, you can go back and review those. I know a lot of people say, I've seen all your videos. Yeah, we've done a lot of videos, and it just happened to happen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're here. Let's do a video.
Yeah.
So, but go back, to the video. For example, somebody will say, why don't you do one of the Eastern Cape? We get a message, and then we're like, there's a
video
of the Eastern Cape.
Eastern Cape.
A beautiful video, by the way. Tasha, she's walking on the beach and she's doing her yoga thing. Remember that video?
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh yeah, we were at St. Francis Bay.
Yeah. So and we do get around.
We do. We do. We don't show you everything. I always say that, but places like this are very near and dear simply because we get invited out simply to make sure that you guys know that this place exists as an international traveler and as a local, that you can just kind of take a quick ride and be right here and enjoy yourselves. I mean, there's a family behind us, I'm sure you can see, and they're having a great time by the pool. Yeah,
and it's Friday. It's early. It's not even 5 o'clock yet. And I put a timestamp on here so you'll see it and whatnot. But again, always like our videos and, of course, subscribe. And then go to the description. We usually have the information that you need so you can contact these guys. And then, of course, you can always, reach out to us at The Real South Africa, and we can get you booked up pretty easily anywhere here in the country, because that's just what we do.
What we do.
Yeah.
Kind of what we do. So,
all right. Cool.
Well, you heard him mention it's almost 5 o'clock, so you guys know exactly what that means. So we're going to be trying to find a drink somewhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Yep. Holy crap. Look at this view. It is on point. It is on point. This day was actually a very hot day. We were happy that the sun came through and it knocked away all the clouds and knocked away all the mist. And this is ultimately what we got. So every weekend, every week, every day, that's pretty much the flow here in Harties. Now, here at the hotel, at the Sterling Manor, this bar, again, I keep reverting back to this bar. You can sit anywhere in this hotel and say, could you bring me a margarita? And they will bring you a margarita, whatever you want. If you want a nice bottle of wine, they can bring it. And of course, if you got your friends with you or your significant, you're set. All right, you guys. We are at the Sterling
Manor Guest House
here in Harties Port. My lips were dry, so I had a hard time getting that word out. But we're at Harties Port. And they decided to make dinner for us, so we decided to oblige them. And of course, we have our drink.
Cheers, my dear. Good gin and tonic.
Absolutely.
I'm moving a little bit faster, so I'm drinking mine a little bit faster than he is. But we have salad for our starter.
Yep. Probably should eat it in the bowl, but
probably, but nevertheless, you do what you do.
Yeah. I think we're getting a steak.
Yeah, steak and potatoes and vegetables.
Maybe a little mash, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever they bring us, we're going to eat because that's what we do. That's what we do, so
people get out and travel.
Yeah.
Get out and get some of this good life before it's gone. There's no promises to say you got to 2022.
No, there isn't. And
or tomorrow.
Or R.I.P. to Prince. What's his name? Prince Philip.
Yeah. 99.
I mean,
yeah, sure, he got it in. A long time.
So yeah. However, I was always told that no matter how long you live, you'll always be dead longer. So you might as well live while you can.
Yeah. And of course, if you guys have any questions about what happens here in SA and the whole thing, just feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to try to shed some light on some things. Of course, most of the things that we've already answered, and whatnot. But let me show you guys what we're looking at.
That is our dinner view.
So yeah, that's where we are, and yeah, it's pretty, as they say, it's pretty dope here. People say it. People still say that it's still dope.
I don't know.
I know we used to say it back in the 80s and stuff. Man, it must have came back.
Well, everything's coming back.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
people. Back. We back here in Africa.
Yeah, we came back. That's kind of like a thing, right?
Mm-hmm. As people would say. If you've never been, I can't go back to somewhere I've never been. Wow. Theoretically, you're right.
However,
I know this DNA that I'm riding with right now, this melanin, wasn't indigenous to the North American
continent.
Yeah. Was it a continent by itself?
I don't know. I mean,
anyway, it didn't.
You're the geography guy.
Yeah, it didn't happen in North America, so.
But yeah, it's a nice salad.
It is.
I feel like they made it with love.
Love.
Yeah. Love.
So,
but guys, it's so nice and quiet here. Like, this is just. You can probably hear a bird in the background. He's probably fussing about something. But
there is a bird in the background.
He's been fussing for a while though.
Yeah.
But this is just really, really nice. I'm looking forward to what we're gonna do after dinner. Yeah. We've been told that there's some happening spots where we can continue to socialize and have more drinks and meet people. So we're definitely gonna do that. Hopefully we'll get a chance to show you guys that. And then tomorrow night, there's some other things that we're going to get a chance to do. During the day, we're going to get a chance to do some things. I think there's a catamaran cruise we're going to go on.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited to be able to be out here, relax, show you guys what's out here in this area right here. So if you just want to do a quick weekend getaway, there is stuff to do. So for us, I mean, this is just, I feel like, what we deserve for the work that we put in. And then I think that you guys deserve it too for the work that you put in.
Exactly.
So if you're thinking about South Africa, you'll hear me say it time and time again. Make it a now list item, not a bucket list item. And then just come and enjoy it. The flight is not that bad. I hear lots of questions about the flight. The flight is awesome. The plane is bigger, so you definitely don't have to worry about that.
Let me cover that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because a lot of times people, if you're used to flying Spirit Airline or JetBlue.
Really?
Yeah, but anything domestic, it's a smaller plane. It really is. You normally have you have 2 seats on this side and 2 seats on the other side, maybe 3 and 2, and then the aisle, and that's it's a smaller plane. I don't know the nomenclature or the name of the plane, but that's a smaller plane. When you fly international, you normally have like a row of 3 seats all the way to the right, and then 3 seats all the way to the left, and then you have like a row of 6 in the middle. It's a larger plane. You have more space, and it is more comfortable, even in coach. So it's not like you're gonna fly, like a Spirit Airline airplane all the way to South Africa. Yeah.
No offense to those that fly Spirit. We don't
No. I'm with you. I've flown Spirit, but the one time I did miss my flight flying to Detroit on a Spirit, I was okay with it. I was like, oh,
they'll do
it. Maybe, yeah. So I didn't go to Detroit, and I was fine with it. But we want you to understand that the flights are a lot more comfortable. They actually do allow you, most of them. I think Delta, they're kind of skimpy a little bit, but most of them. They give you drinks. You can drink as much as you want.
Oh, that's the beauty of it for me.
Yeah, and you can drink as much as you want, and then the in-flight entertainment is pretty good on those flights. Normally first-run movies, things that are in the movie theater or on the plane. Those guys who have flown international, you guys can back me up on this. You could do that as well. What's another part? What's another part? Oh, and then of course you can, you don't have to stay in your seat. There are those that stay in their seat the entire time.
Yeah.
I'm probably a quarter of my flight. I'm usually standing up near the galley or in one of the rescue doors or whatever you want to call them. Just relaxing, simply because I can't sit there the whole time. But it's a nice little space, and then the good part about it is there's always somebody else that feels the same way, and you can have conversation. I meet a lot of people. I've met a lot of people on a plane, just flying to Joburg or flying back from Joburg. We're happy going, and on the way back we're a little bit upset. So it is what it is. So, but I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. And the second part of it, the prices. Now, granted, if you're coming from a small rural location, you plan on flying from a municipal airport to another municipal airport to a regional airport to get to an international airport, yeah, you're gonna the prices are pricey.
Yeah.
It will be, simply because. But if you can get to like an international airport, ultimately you will end up in New York, D.C., or Atlanta, and then if you're coming from somewhere else, maybe, and then you can jump on a flight and come direct. The prices are fairly inexpensive, and I would say, I mean, there are people that have found them lower than what I'm getting ready to say, but on average, you find them between, per person round trip, with all the peanuts you can eat. Well, because they do feed you on the plane pretty good. Between $800 and $1,200 round trip, somewhere there and abouts. That's what you're going to pay for a trip. Now, don't quote me on that, but just you can go to Kayak
or Expedia or any of those search engines and find a flight that's actually within your price range, and play with the dates. I always tell people, play with the dates, see what works best for you. Obviously, we accommodate the dates if you're like, you need to move it around because the flight is cheaper. We can move those dates around based on that. So just keep that in mind. Like, when you're getting ready to just start looking at flights, have an idea of what would be the cheapest time for you to come, whatever works for you. Because, once you get the flight, we take care of everything else. And that's the part that matters the most. Like, you want to get here and not have to worry about what you're going to do, where you're going to go, what you're going to eat, where you're going to eat, who's going to drive you, who's going to pick you up. I mean, we do all that for you for a reason, because we want you to come and actually enjoy the country versus having to worry about small things like
so it gets to be a bit much, and you realize there are those that would say, okay, I want to come to a place like this, so I can book this and I can do that and I can whatever. Okay, great. Then I would say come to South Africa. But there are plenty of people out there that's like, you know what, all I want to be able to do is get there, hook up with you guys. All my stuff is sorted out. All my transportation, I know when I'm coming, when I'm going, where I'm going to.
Yeah.
Everybody in our arena, which is the tourism space here in South Africa, know who we are. That's why we're here now, showing you where we are, because they want people such as yourself to come out to places like this. And, we take care of all of it, so you don't have to worry about it. And then the only thing you got to worry about is when it's time to leave, what's your state of mind going to be?
Try not to cry. It's all
and we keep saying that, and you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I've been everywhere, and I never felt. And you're right, you've been everywhere else. So people are in a different state of mind to see, where this. Now they understand why this DNA is what it is, and why we are so powerful and strong, and we can do what we do as a people. So, and you get yourself a bunch of people that are actually, doing the same thing.
Doing a lot of great, wonderful things that you can absolutely participate in and be a part of. So, it is a feeling we can't describe in words. You'll have to feel it yourself. And, like I said, there's no words for it. When you get here, you'll actually know. Like, I can't describe to you what I'm feeling right now. Between just looking at a cotton candy sky, it really does look like cotton candy.
In fact, let me show it to you again. Let me flip it around. I'm sorry, I'm just flipping it around.
Cotton candy sky, just thinking about, how relaxing the night's going to be, what else it is we're going to be able to do and show you guys, and just be excited about being here every single day. So, I mean, mountains, water, sky, like all these things are just views that you dream about, and they're right here in South Africa for you to enjoy without even having to, you know, work hard. I mean, because we do all that for you. So, just
here we are.
I don't know. It's just beautiful. So, I'm gonna stop talking because I want to actually take all this in, um, and wait for my steak to arrive. And I'm just gonna enjoy this view. So if Mark has more stuff he wants to say, he is more than welcome. But I'm gonna.
It's gonna be a good weekend. It's gonna be a long weekend. We got a lot of stuff planned. It's gonna be relaxing as well. Obviously, if you're watching the video, you've seen where we're staying in the room. I will tell you that, like I said, you know, it's pretty nice. What we got weekly?
You just checking. May I have another one? Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want some ice for your Coke, baby?
No, I'm fine.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, we'll see you when the food comes, or at least the steak, so you can see how they do out here. Hottie B Sport.
Very good. You're getting better.
Oh, I'm not. She's messing with me. She's always messing with me, y'all. All right, I'll see you guys. All right, everyone. We have gotten our meal. We got steaks, of course, and I got potatoes. Tasha, she's busy.
I'm going to take a picture of my food. Like, come on now. That's what we do. We're going to take a picture of my food. However, we did get the same food today, which we never do. But we wanted to make it easy for the kitchen by not being difficult snobs. So we decided we would just eat the same thing. Yeah. You guys rarely see me eat meat, so this is probably like
she's like eating snails or.
I don't eat snails.
Whatever it is, it's not what I would eat.
I'm mostly drinking. Yeah. Mostly drinking, but nevertheless, we are here, and I'm about to eat now that my picture has been taken. I will post it later, but I'm ready to dig in now.
Yeah. So when you come out to Hottie do Sport, but I'm saying it wrong. Again.
And I keep laughing every time he says it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So you can do the same thing.
Yes,
do what we do.
Laugh. Yeah.
Come out here to Sterling Manor. Have a good time.
Take
Enjoy yourself.
Yep.
It's a lot to do out here. We're going to cover some of that while you guys are watching this video and watching us eat. And we're going to cover it throughout this video. So make sure you stay with us. And you'll be surprised of what's here, what's offered here in Hottie B Sport.
Stop trying to say it.
Which is just a few minutes from, less than an hour from Joburg. So forth. So, yeah. Let's get after it.
So, I'm going to enjoy this food, guys. We will see you when my belly's full and the second drink is done.
All right, guys. We are at what they call Hottie Sport. How you say it again, Tasha?
I'm going to do my very best. It's Hottie B Sport. B Sport.
Yeah.
Or Hardee's for sure. So this is the Hardee's. Damn.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful sight to see. You guys definitely, it's breathtaking even when you're there in person.
Yeah. And then of course, you know, there's that, and a lot of people come to see that. But then we transition to just right down the street. There's a nice little area that we ultimately end up going to, and there's a zoo there as well. They had some monkeys. Yeah, and we was kind of thinking, like, remember we were saying that we don't know how these monkeys got caught. Like,
yeah, I felt bad. I said, I bet you the monkeys that are outside of the zoo are like, now how did y'all get caught? And
yeah,
like, hey man, can you help me break out? Like,
yeah,
nah, bro.
Because there's monkeys that are running around,
yeah,
and then there's some in the cage, and then of course the ones in the cage probably say, man, I got food every day.
Yeah, y'all out there hunting, stealing from all these people, and I get fed on a regular. So I guess it depends on how you look at it. But it was still funny to me to see the monkeys that were outside versus the ones that were in. What's really nice about this place is there's super cute little shops for you to buy souvenirs. I loved it simply because of the feel and the vibe. There was music playing everywhere. People were out there having a good time, which is basically the whole vibe of South Africa. So if that's what you're into, this is definitely a place to be. I will say that for me, coming back to Hardee's is as sure as a Steph Curry 3. So we know how that works, and I definitely will be returning to Hartee's because Barbados's food is actually really good.
Yeah, like she said, there's a bunch of shops in there, so you can get you your leather belt if you need one. You can get you, some good trinkets, a hat, a dress,
anything really.
Yeah, pretty much everything is there. A lot of people make the stuff on site, and then you can get it. And then of course, it's kind of early right now in the day. I think this is before noon, but eventually it gets really packed. People just, I think this place is called Barbados. And then there's a couple of other little eateries I think that are in the area, but it gets packed because they got a big parking lot and people can just park and they just sit there all day and just enjoy themselves.
I thought what was funny is that we saw people in the parking lot with their cooler boxes, which means they were about to go find a spot. And they were about to shut it down. And that once you see a cooler box, you guys hear it say all the time, it's about to go down. So just the view from at the top of this Barbados restaurant was gorgeous.
Yeah.
The water I can actually see, but you guys can't see it. But the water was gorgeous that day as well. So
yeah.
Oh, there's even on the backside of that they were doing hair up there. So all I'm saying is anything you need is in the area. There's like a tattoo parlor, a nail place. So whatever you can think of is right here in this area.
Yeah, and I like the fact that because it feels so outside. I know outside. Okay, great, but it feels that way because of all the vegetation. Then of course you got the big dam that's there, and like I said, you're not short of vegetation. The air seems to be a little bit more clearer.
Yeah,
fresher. And fresher. And so forth. And then of course, the drinks are always flowing. The food is always, being eaten. And they have, obviously different types of cuisine based on what you want. There's a place for the kids to play. If you happen to bring the kids, there's plenty for them to do. Later on, you'll see just random kids who don't know each other, but they're playing. Which is good. And you can just sit there as an adult and just relax and just feel safe here.
I think one of the things that you forgot to mention, which is your favorite thing of any part about being outside, is that the breeze.
Oh yeah, the weather.
The breeze. You like not just the weather. You like a nice breeze on top of your weather. You're always talking about you like a nice breeze, and sometimes you'll just stop and I'm like, what are you doing? You're like, the breeze. I'm like, Lord have mercy, him and this breeze.
Yeah, because you're wearing sandals and everything's cool. And then us guys that don't have any hair on their head by choice. By choice, I said, get the breeze on your head. But when you got a head full of hair, it means nothing.
No, I don't get a breeze in my hair.
Sorry to hear.
Don't feel bad for me.
Yeah.
My hair is a choice.
But eventually we do leave this area. We go to another area. I'm looking at this and I don't remember where we went, but we went somewhere.
We were just driving. I think where we headed to.
I remember. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
We're going there.
we're going there.
We're leaving here and we're going there.
That's usually how that works.
Yeah, but we just wanted you guys to see the sights and sounds. This is early on. Trust me, all this green space that you see in the evening is going to be full of cars. People coming, driving in, from GP, as we say here, or Hartees Province. And of course, we're in Northwest. So there'll be some Northwesterners, but it'll be mostly GP. People leaving the city just want to relax for the day. I mean, look at the greenery, look at the scenes. I mean, the sky is it's to die for. Wouldn't you agree?
I think that what is so nice about this actual drive right here is that we're actually able to move because in a few short hours, if you remember, there was nowhere to park and there was nowhere for you to drive. So people were parking their cars all the way up along the streets and then walking down because they still wanted to be in that area that we just left because it really is that nice.
Yeah, and there are places to stay all the way around. But of course, Sterling Manor we feel is a premium spot because they got their own pool. You can invite your friends and y'all can just sit out there and just order a bottle of wine or bring your own bottle of wine.
But the view was proper from the room, very very proper from the room, which is one of the first things I noticed when we got there.
Yeah, and I'm glad you guys are still sticking with us, rolling with the Blantons. You guys have been on some of our adventures before, and hopefully leave a message and just say, hey, you know what, thanks for showing me Hearties. I'm from Limpopo and I always wanted to go somewhere else. It's not too bad of a drive. All depends on where you are in Limpopo, of course. But yeah, and just to get away, especially if you got a special occasion, and we always say that because it seems like South Africans are always on a special occasion.
Because they have so many holidays.
Or a holiday. We just passed through Freedom Day and so forth. And then, of course, birthdays are really celebrated here in South Africa. We noticed that with the big old balloons with the little numbers saying that you're 25 or 26 or 27. I know we have somebody that's on a boat with us later on celebrating their birthday.
She was turning like 27, I think,
no,
right?
So I think she said 24.
Oh, she did the 24, yeah, 24.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. I remember her age is my age inverted, poor thing.
Yeah. But keep in mind, especially you guys in the U.S. and in the African diaspora, wherever you may be, to include the Caribbean, because you're part of the diaspora as well. Our whole thing is that we want to market to you what South Africa really is, so you can actually make a decision to call us and say, you know what, I've never been to Africa. There are a lot of things that are like Africa, but there isn't nothing that's Africa. You might see some things that look very similar to home, and I would say home is very similar to Africa, and at the same time, but it's nothing like being in Africa. I've been through the Caribbean, I've been through pretty much everywhere, and I keep saying that, and nothing is like Africa. If there was something that was like Africa, I would have probably been over there simply because it's closer to America. And then, of course, like I said, the plane flights, or the plane flights, I can't remember. Anyway, they're nowhere near as bad as you think. Just go to Kayak. The airport code is JNB, Juliet November Bravo, and then just put in where you are, and then you can get a good price on Kayak or
I prefer Expedia, but that's just my choice.
Yeah, so whatever one you choose, and then you can see like, wow, it's the same price coming here than to fly from the East Coast to the West Coast. You'll be shocked.
And don't be afraid of the length of the flight. I promise you, it is so well worth it. I mean, you've heard us say before, you get first run movies, the food is good, the plane is bigger, you can walk around. You actually meet a lot of people on the plane. Mark has met some amazing people on the plane. I'm usually asleep most of the time or drinking.
Sleep mode squad.
But the flight is actually not as intimidating as you make it out to be. But it goes by as fast. I mean, even if there's layovers, it's still very much worth it because once you get here, you do get to relax. You feel an immediate sense of ease and peace once the plane lands. And once you get to your accommodations, which we provide for you, which are always top notch, and you get that welcome drink and you get settled in and you get all cleaned up, you might think you might be sleepy, but I promise you, when you see these beautiful people here, you're going to get a second wind and you're going to be ready to go almost immediately because you're going to want to see as much as you can because there's so much to do. Usually where we accommodate you, you'll just see people living their life and you're going to want to get a taste of that. And the only way to do it is to leave the room.
Yeah. And like I said, don't put this at your bucket list. Put it on top. Just make it your next. COVID has been pretty tough on everyone. And, you want to do something different. You want to, and I don't know if you actually looked at your situation and said, what have I done with myself over the last X amount of years? But this right here will be something that you will always, and I will repeat, always remember. And of course, it's not like they close it down. You can always come back. And one thing here, just for a technical note, just keep in mind that you just need a negative COVID test as of this date to come to South Africa. Getting a vaccine, some stuff they do in North America and that part of the world, and I guess it's good for those areas and those participating. But here in the Republic of South Africa, in sunny South Africa, just like it was several months ago, it hasn't changed. You just need a negative COVID test, which from what I understand, you can get it almost at any pharmacy. once you get that rapid test.
No, 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 not a rapid
That's
test.
a
You got to
rapid
get
test.
the PCR test. You got to
Yeah,
get
I'm sorry.
you got to get the one in the nose, the proper test, not an antigen, not a rapid test. They will turn you back and will require you to get another one. Then just make sure you like when you guys are booking your flights, you check the requirements for them as well. Just because one requires one test, one might say any test will do. But for South Africa, they want the PCR test. So keep that in mind. It needs to be valid 72 hours before you depart your home country. And you will need to get another one before you leave, which we obviously assist in. So, your only responsibility is booking your flight, getting your test, getting here. We take care of everything else on ground, including making sure you get your COVID test before you leave so you can fly back home. But this country is something that you definitely, want to do. And I hear questions all the time about the time of year you should come. And the truth of the matter is, there's never a bad time to come to South Africa. There's never a bad time.
And I don't think there's a rainy season. If there's a South African that was listening to this that want to make a comment, please do. But I don't think there's a rainy season, and we're not in drought. We're not doing all these different things. To me, is more normal here, versus in the U.S. I mean, I keep hearing about the forest fires. I keep hearing about the tornadoes and the earthquakes and what else? Hurricanes and floods and that's almost. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I don't think it really happens here. I think the worst thing we get is a thunderstorm. Yeah, we have a thunderstorm. That means you got to get off the golf course. Wow, right?
And you hear them blow the horn, making you get off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and of course, obviously, it does rain. That rain is good, but when you talk about rainy seasons, it has an implication that it rains constantly.
Yeah.
We've been here we've been visiting for a long time, and we've been here for a while, and I can't say for sure that there's been a time where it's been a rainy season where you're looking at 3 months of rain.
Yeah. So get yourself together. Like I said, give us a buzz. Like I said, all the contacts are everywhere, and we were more than happy. We're more than happy to work your deal out so you can come and have an experience of a lifetime, something that you can always take back, and tell people, or just for your own personal enjoyment. So we'll see you real soon. Hey, what do you think? It was absolutely crazy, wasn't it? It was a long weekend. We did a lot of stuff. I wish we could have put everything in there. However, you're gonna have to come and make your own memories here in South Africa. So, if you will, just contact us. All our details are going to be at the end of this video. If you made it this far, make sure that you share and subscribe, like, do all the notification type stuff, because we would love to show you our next adventure here in South Africa. And of course, like I said, we're the only African American travel company based in South Africa that's bringing you only the best opportunities to have fun here in South Africa. I know for some of you guys it hasn't been on your radar, but I hope it is now. And like I said, this is the best landing spot, or the softest landing spot for Africa if you plan on, coming to Africa for your first time, bringing that DNA back and starting to feel like a whole person. I would say come to South Africa ASAP. You can always contact us at info@therealsouthafrica.com. And then, of course, www.therealsouthafrica.com. That's our website. And like I said, just leave us a message and say, hey, I'm ready to have a conversation about coming to South Africa. It is time. It is long overdue. And we will be ready on our end to receive you, to make sure that you have a great time here in sunny South Africa.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notifications button so you don't miss out on all things The Real South Africa. Thanks again.